federalization of the police has a 30-day limit unless Congress acts to extend it. Are you talking to Congress about extending it, or do you believe 30 days is sufficient?
Well, if it's a national emergency, we can do it without Congress, but we expect to be to Congress before Congress very quickly. And again, we think the Democrats will not do anything to stop crime, but we think the Republicans will do it almost unanimously. So we're going to need a crime bill that we're going to be putting in, and it's going to pertain initially to D.C. We're going to use it as a very positive example. And we're going to be asking for extensions on that, long-term extensions, because you can't have 30 days. 30 days that's by the time you do it. We're going to have this in good shape. And don't forget, in the border, everyone said it would take years and you'd have to go back to Congress. I never went to Congress for anything. I just said, close the border. And they closed the border. And that was the end of it. I didn't go back to Congress. We're going to do this very quickly. But we're going to want extensions. I don't want to call national emergency. If I have to, I will. But I think the Republicans in Congress will approve this pretty much unanimous.
All right, we have some more news. I heard about this yesterday, but I looked more into it today. And yeah, it's true. Okay, here we go. The Pentagon is now preparing a rapid reaction force that could put military troops into more U.S. cities within hours. The plan, revealed through official documents and confirmed by multiple sources, would station 600 National Guard troops in Alabama and Arizona ready to deploy at a moment's notice. I mean, this comes as Trump has already federalized D.C. police and sent in the National Guard along with over 600 federal agents. The administration says it's about safety. But legal experts warn it could normalize military enforcement in domestic policy and possibly even violate federal law. This plan, the military could arrive in your city in under an hour. This is not a joke. This is real. It looks like D.C. is definitely a test, and then he's going for Arizona and Alabama. My name is Jared Zisser. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Substack, and YouTube for breaking news, updates, and the full story.
And Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Report, IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, all praises are definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity, those that truly believe in what they get the hell up out of here. I'm going to start off with Revelation 9:19 and 9. It says, and he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage, right? Because we're being called into the marriage, the elect. And we pray that we are of the elect, because we damn sure don't want to be a 2/3. Blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And we're supposed to be occupied in prophecy. At this moment, you see things are speeding up. You can see what's going on. Okay? Even some of the niggas in the world can see what's going on. That something's not right, as they say. But the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So everybody's coming back in their lot and doing what they're supposed to do. All right? This is the time to be occupied in prophecy, to be on your watch for real. So anybody that you see calling themselves an Israelite and they're not occupied in prophecy, and they're talking about bullshit like weddings and getting rich, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not with them. because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And there's too much going on right now at this moment for any nigga to be walking around talking about we're going to be here for another 100 or 1,000 years. The time is short. And it's picking up fast. Things are picking up and moving fast at this moment. Let me get this in Psalms 34:3. It says, "Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together." And a lot of people have a problem with the name. And those people are going to get taken out. At the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee will bow. A lot of people have a problem with the name. That's something else that's going on amongst Israel. They have a problem with the name. You got a problem with the name, you got a problem with the Lord. And having a problem with the Lord means death. Keep playing around. All these IUIC dudes walking around talking about Jesus Christ and the law. Keep playing with Yahweh Shai's name. You're going to fuck around and find out. And no, I'm not going to rant today because I was on my worst behavior last week. I'm going to try to, I'm going to try not to be me. I'm going to try to chill out. It's a joke. But you're going to F around and find out. Okay? I want to read that again. "Oh, magnify the Lord with me," because the Lord gets the credit, not us. I ain't shit. I ain't never been shit. And I'm waiting for the Lord to give me a new body. My glory is in the Lord. Every time, I think about it, I'm amazed at the fact that the Lord even allowed me to know this truth. And you got some people that they take this truth and they just, oh, it ain't nothing. They sell out. They want money. I don't want your fucking money. I've had people tell me that they want to send me something, and I say, no, I'm okay. I really love the Lord because I know where I came from. I know what I was, and I'm still wicked as hell. I still got a long way to go. That's just me being honest. But magnifying the name of the Lord, it means something. Understanding you're wrong, your faults, and magnifying the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, it matters. No, it's not just, oh, you just saying that. No, it matters. Asking the Lord for mercy, it matters. Some people look at it as, it's a small thing. But if you notice, I'm constantly saying that over and over. Every time you listen to me, I'm constantly telling you we need mercy. Oh, magnify the Lord with me and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord and he heard me, and the Lord has heard me in so many situations that I was in, so many bad situations that I was in. This is the reason why I believe. I don't give a damn about what somebody got to say. Fuck you. Oh, brother, I don't think you're there. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I believe in the Lord. The Lord heard my prayer. Now, if you don't believe that I'm this or that, I don't give a shit. I ain't shit anyway. So you can feel how the fuck you want to feel about me. But I believe in a higher power. I believe in Yahweh. And I believe in his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. And if you got a problem with that, fuck you. Fourth verse says, I sought the Lord and he heard me. Yeah, and I can bear witness to that. I sought the Lord and he heard me. In my time of distress, when I needed him the most, yeah, the Lord heard me. And delivered me from all my fears. From all my fears, yeah, he really did that. True story. Real talk. My real life. The Lord really delivered me. Dead ass. No cap. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. And I don't even consider myself righteous. I hate me. That's why I'm begging the Lord for mercy, because I hate me. But the Lord saw it to have, mercy on me. Oh, wretched man that I am. I sought the Lord and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto me and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, right? And I was once a poor man. I cried. And the Lord heard him, right? The Lord heard me. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. I've been there. And I'm still there. Because Jacob's trouble is coming. And no, I'm not Bishop Nathaniel at IUIC bullshitting you and giving you this. Yeah, I'm not riding in on a high horse. All right? I'm not doing that. Fuck all that. Real talk, real shit. Let's talk. Real talk. When it hits the fan, and it's hitting the fan already, but you ain't smelled the shit yet, if you get my drift. The only thing you're going to have is your faith in the Lord. All this beating the chest, I'm this, I'm that, I'm chief high priest, that shit won't matter. It's a self journey. You got to believe in the Lord for yourself. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. The fear of the Lord. You got to fear the Lord. The Lord wants you to fear him. You ain't on a level where you can just talk to the Lord any old type of way. Remember, they didn't want to talk the Israelites didn't want to talk to Moses. Talking shit. They'll deal with the Lord on their own. They don't need Moses. And what happened? Lord said, oh, you want to talk to me directly? Oh, I'm going to send this thunder and this lightning. And them niggas got in check real quick. Them niggas was humbled real quick. They said, oh, we'll go through you, Moses. We'll hear you, Moses. Okay? Since the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So we have to stay in prayer. We have to continue to fast and pray. Watch as well as pray. And me, myself, I'm going to start fasting again. I haven't been fasting the way I should be, but I'm going to start fasting and praying again. Because there was a time when I would go on these 72-hour fasts, and I haven't really been doing it as of late, but I need to get back on that. Real talk. You know, when I was going on those fasts, I could, you know, the Lord was dealing with me on a level that, you know, I need to get back into that. I'll say it that way. Because this devil, our enemy, is kicking things up into high gear. And matter of fact, let me get this real fast. I've been running my mouth. But let me get this because it's in my spirit. So let me get this right quick. Matthew 17 and 14, since I'm on the subject of fasting. Matthew 17 and 14, it says, and where there were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. We're vexed with the filthy conversations of these wicked people in this world that we live in. But it says he is lunatic and sore vexed, for oftentimes, meaning oftentimes, he falleth into the fire and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Now watch this. Watch what Yahushua says. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless, right? I'm always harping on faith. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Yahushua was getting annoyed with these people. And it says, and then Yahushua rebuked the devil and departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. He did it just like that. Cured him. And then it says, 19th verse, then came the disciples to Yahushua, it says Jesus, but to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? They were inquiring, why couldn't we do this? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. Remember, you got to have faith. He said, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, Ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. And nothing shall be impossible unto you. And we got to believe that, especially when these martial law troops come marching in, storming upon us, storming upon these cities, and we're here in these cities, even in the countryside. We have to, remember this, believe it. That's why I'm always harping on faith, right? Nothing is impossible to you if you have faith. 21st verse says, howbeit this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. Now is the time to kick up into high gear. Now is the time to pray that the Lord give you that faith that I'm always talking about. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now let me get into the news. This came from the Independent Journal because everyone's talking about what Trump has done. The takeover of D.C. and now MPD, the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C., they have to basically answer to the feds. You have the FBI police, the Park Police. Trump is pretty much taking that over for 30 days. So everyone's talking about it, and it's been real quiet in the city because niggas know they can't do regular nigger shit. That shows you that these niggas is pussy. All that gangster talk, that shit going out the window. But anyway, from the Independent Journal, it says the Pentagon, reportedly planning military task force to quell rioting in lawless cities. It says the Pentagon is reportedly creating a task force specializing in quelling riots, quelling meaning to basically stop or take down riots and civil disturbances in American cities, according to documents obtained by the Washington Post. It says the Domestic Civil Disturbance Quick Reaction Force. That's what it's called. It's called the Domestic Civil Disturbance Quick Reaction Force, would reportedly consist of at least 600 National Guard troops who would begin deploying to cities in an hour's notice of civil unrest, according to the Post, which is the Washington Post. Coming down with great wrath. Jacob's trouble. What we say on a weekly, daily basis. It says President Trump has taken interest in establishing law and order in American cities, most recently deploying the National Guard to Washington, D.C. on Monday in order to tackle crime in the district. And you hear all these reports about the district reaching a violent crime rate that's at I think they said a 30-year low, something like that. I don't know. I think it's 30-year low. I think that's what they said. Excuse me. But that's not the point. People are stupid. They're arguing about whether or not what Trump is saying is true or false. It's not about that. They're setting up something. Now, they're setting up something now for a future event. What that is, I don't know. But I've been saying week after week, there's a false flag coming. And a lot of niggas have talked shit, mocked, scoffed, said what they had to say. But remember, Trump is saying that he's going to not only deal with D.C., but he's going to deal with Chicago, L.A., Oakland, New York. Sounds to me like Jacob's trouble is coming. Okay. That's what it sounds like to me. It says here in the article, during the Los Angeles riots in June, because they had a situation with the ICE, Trump sent out ICE to go get the so-called illegal immigrants. And there were, some situations that popped off in Los Angeles. It says during the Los Angeles riots in June, the Pentagon deployed 2,000 National Guardsmen to the city in response to violent anti-immigration enforcement riots. So I'm going to say this. I don't know exactly what information is about to be dropped or what exactly, it is that they're about to do. It could be anything. It could be a collapse of the economy all of a sudden. They want, they want everything to go digital. I don't know what they're going to do, but there's a reason for him, Trump, sending these troops out here like this. Whatever it is, he wants troops in place. He wants these troops in place at the time of this event. As I've said before, Trump, there's a pattern with him. He'll talk about something and people will go crazy. And then they'll move on, or he'll move on to something else, and people forget about what he spoke about before. And then he'll come back and do the thing that he was talking about. So it's like a vicious cycle with him, right? Like, for example, as far as the illegal immigrants or illegal immigration was concerned, as they call it. He talked about it, build the wall and this, that, and the third. And he really didn't do much. But then here it is, 2025. Soon as he got in the White House, first thing he did was attack the so-called illegal immigrants, the Latin tribes mainly. So this is a pattern. This is something he does. So now you have this situation with him deploying these troops into D.C., federalizing Washington, D.C. And at the moment, I was talking to somebody at work, my coworker. She was saying, he ain't doing nothing. They got these agents out there, you know, these federal agents. You got the FBI out there. You got FBI police. If you're not from D.C., you might not understand what I'm saying. There's an actual FBI police. Okay, you have these different agencies all throughout D.C. And Trump pretty much gave them permission to get involved with local crime, you know, local affairs, and deal with local crime. And, you know, she was talking shit. You know, she's a big time Trump hater. And she posted this. Well, she showed me this video. She didn't post it. She showed me this video of this white guy walking up to one of these agents. I forget which department or what agency he belonged to, but he was all up in his face, and he took a Subway sandwich and threw it at him. And she was laughing. She was like, see, they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. I said to myself, okay, you don't understand. You do not understand what's getting ready to happen. Trump is just testing the waters right now to see what he can get away with, to see what he can do. Okay? That's what he's doing right now. He's not necessarily going to automatically, at the moment, I should say, unleash hell. He could, but I believe he's testing the waters. Now, from what I understand, I had to look it up for myself. He can do this for about 30 days. Then they got to send it. He has to send it through Congress, and they have to approve it. They have to, I think it's 60 votes plus, something like that, to extend this executive order. So we're going to see what happens. But I do want to play this clip right fast of this woman that is explaining what Trump may just actually be doing. That it goes beyond trying to clean up crime in the District of Columbia. I'm going to play this clip right quick, and then I'm going to come back.
A month ago, I told you all about sources within the federal government who said Donald Trump was secretly planning to take over Washington, D.C. and turn it into a corporate-controlled freedom city. Well, now that Donald Trump just announced that the National Guard, the FBI, and the DEA will be taking over the district by force, now is probably a good time to go over what these federal government insiders said was going to happen next. We already know Trump is lying about why he's taking over D.C. He claims that it's because of rampant crime, when really crime rates have gone down somewhere between 30 and 40% in the last few years. Reports suggest that his real plan is to turn DC into the first of many freedom cities, which are corporate-controlled areas governed entirely by what they call CEO kings. I know it sounds crazy and conspiratorial, but the people advocating for these freedom cities aren't keeping it a secret either, and the Freedom City Caucus was present at Donald Trump's inauguration. It's largely groups of tech billionaires who want to be free from taxation and government regulation. A month ago, my sources told me that Trump's plan was to give DC to billionaire Peter Thiel, owner of Palantir, the AI surveillance company. You know, the guy who said that it wasn't essential for humanity to survive the growth of new technology. The worst part is that those who predicted this DC takeover have said that it won't stop here. The intention is to use DC as a prototype for expansion, to set a precedent for the federal government being able to take over territories and put corporations in control. Their stated intention is to make the government obsolete to the power of billionaires, for us to mostly live in areas that are controlled by Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. It's not a conspiracy anymore, folks. It's a plan in action that we have to organize against before it's too late.
Now, what this woman was speaking on, I forgot about it. The freedom cities, something that Trump mentioned while he was campaigning. Matter of fact, it was like 2023, 2024. It was somewhere around there. He mentioned something called freedom cities, and it was an alternative to what you have, you may know about it, should know about it, smart cities, 15-minute cities. And Trump had something called freedom cities that he announced. And it's really backed by the same big tech corporations. For the smart cities, the 15-minute cities is the same thing. He just put a different name brand on it. Okay? Matter of fact, I have this from Scientific American, and this is from January of 2025. It says, here's what's in Stargate, because people forgot about this Stargate project with Trump. Here's what's in Stargate, the $500 billion Trump-endorsed plan to power U.S. AI. Says tech giants are backing a massive effort announced by President Trump and dubbed the Stargate project to add data centers across the U.S. So this is possibly what is going on, what this woman said. It's bigger than just rolling in the troops to get rid of Pookie and Ray Ray. And yes, I spoke on it before. You know, they set Pookie and Ray Ray and all these little thug niggers up as the fall guys because they always set up our people. They put our people in front of everything. And they know that just the look of our people is going to piss off these lower level, middle class to lower class Edomites. They know this. So again, the smash and grabs, the flash mobs, the shooting, the looting, the burglaries, all of that, they plastered it on the news as a setup for this. So the idea is to get rid of the homeless. And I was just watching this on Jimmy Dore, like literally just minutes ago. Trump posted on Truth Social that the homeless need to leave D.C. They need to leave the Capitol or they will be evicted. And people were saying, well, what the hell is he talking about? Evict them. They're homeless. How are you going to evict them? Well, they're going to get removed and sent somewhere. And believe you me, D.C. is just the testing grounds. Again, I'm going to be honest. I was wrong about this also. I thought they were going to start in Chicago. I didn't know they would start in D.C. But this is just a test. Again, pattern recognition. Trump talks about something. He moves on. He says some other crazy shit. People forget about the original thing or the original topic. And then months to a year later, he circles back and delivers on what he was talking about. But by that time, people aren't paying attention. Like, for example, they're still deporting people. The Latinos, they're still doing it. ICE is still out there. But people aren't even talking about it anymore. It's lost its steam. So again, people at work are talking shit. And I had this coworker talking shit, talking about these people. They got these troops out here, but ain't nobody doing nothing. Nobody care about them. She talking about these little YNs. They don't care about no federal police because Trump federalized the police. Now the police in D.C. have to answer to the feds. She doesn't understand that Trump is just testing, starting with D.C. The same way the shot, right, the jab was a test for the mark of the beast. Even so much and so that you had people believing that the jab was the mark of the beast. So you got people running around talking about DC's under martial law. You haven't seen that yet. They're just testing. They're just filling things out. Now, I will say this. I've been getting mixed reports. I've heard some people, me being in the D.C. area and working in D.C., I've heard certain people say they're all over the place. These troops and, whether it be the FBI, police or whatever, they're all over the place. And then I've heard some people say they ain't really seeing much. I'll say this, around where I work, there's been an uptick in police, FBI police. A lot of people don't even know the FBI has a police. I've seen a lot of them. There's an uptick in that around my working area. But the fact that they're saying openly, the Trump administration is telling you that D.C. is the start. They're going to move to Chicago, L.A., New York. Keep in mind what I'm saying. It's very important. You have to remember the way Trump operates. They're going to move on to a different topic. He already told you what he's going to do. But then they're going to move on to a different topic. And you're going to forget about this. It could be 2 weeks from now, you forgot that he even did this. He's going to circle back to this at some point in his administration. Whether it be a year from now, 2 years from now, he's going to circle back because this is just a test. I'm telling you. As a military police officer, I'm telling you, I know how this shit works. You have an exercise, you have a real world exercise, and then you have the real world scenario, which is no longer an exercise. So they're moving in phases. That's the only reason why I even bring this up, because I don't give a shit about my time in the Air Force. I don't give a fuck about it. But as a former military police officer, I had to deal in this the time that I was in. So I know what they're doing. Make no mistake about it. This is a military operation. Esau is using his sword. He's a hammer of the earth. And he's going to use his military to bring hell down on our people. And so I'm giving them warning. The best way that I know how. I do want to get this in Psalms 94 and 20 because the main target of Esau Edom are the men of the Lord. Those that are sighing and crying, praying for the destruction of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. Psalms 94 and 20 says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? And Trump is operating within the law of this land to bring hell on our people. He's not your average president. See, a lot of niggas want to vote Trump out. They think they go, oh, we're going to wait to 2028 and we're going to vote him out. Motherfucker, you don't have no goddamn 2028. This shit is over. America is over. Fuck this place. It's done. Time's up. Time for being a nigger is up. Time for being a proud Edomite, that's up too. This place is done. It's finished. That's why I don't give a fuck. All week long. Matter of fact, the past 3 weeks, if I'm going to be honest, I've been saying 144 everywhere I go. License plates, buses, everywhere I go, I'm saying 144. Some shit's about to pop off. Something's about to go down. This place is done. Niggas think they're just going to be sitting here coasting along another 25, 30 years. You motherfucker, you out your goddamn mind, man. Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, because the men of the Lord, the men that truly believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we're the real target. Pookie and Ray Ray is just a nigger that they can accuse. They can point the finger and say, look at these niggers. They can go to the Most High and try to say, look at these niggers. These are your people. Look at what they're doing. But their real target are the men of the Lord. Those that truly fear him. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my God, my power, is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord, our power, shall cut them off. So yeah, they're going to try to accuse us of wrongdoing, but the Lord is our defense. They're going to try to swoop us up with Pookie and Ray Ray and throw us, put us in the same bag. I'll say it that way. Oh, they're all the same. They're all niggers. They're all the same. That's what they did to the Northern Kingdom. They didn't give a shit. They went, look at what they did to the Northern Kingdom. Look at what they did to the Latinos. Trump said he was going to come in and get rid of these violent criminals, these gang members, right? Venezuelan gangs, the El Salvadorian gangs. And what did he end up doing? What did his administration end up doing? They deported hardworking, naturalized citizens, people that had legal status in America because he didn't give a fuck about no goddamn gangs from the beginning. Mothers and fathers, people that were working. And you got dumbass motherfuckers running around talking about there's no Jacob's trouble coming. In a time like this, and I kept saying over and over again, the Trump administration started with the Northern Kingdom, but they're going to move over to the Southern Kingdom because Trump said himself he's going to start getting rid of the homegrown criminals. But what's a criminal? To Esau, think like how an Edomite thinks. What's a criminal? A black man. Oh, I got a job. I got a 401k. Esau don't give a fuck about your 401k. You're a criminal in his eyes. You know how I know that? Motherfucker, when I was in the Air Force, I was a military police officer. I had a cracker tell me once that I was a thug. I don't have no criminal background. Never been in jail. Grew up in a loving home with a mother and a father. When I got out of high school, I joined the Air Force. Joined their police force only to be called a thug. You niggers need to wake the fuck up and understand the way this cracker looks at you. Time is too short for this bullshit. Matter of fact, I don't even give a shit. I don't care. I bring this out. Some may say too much. I don't give a shit. Fuck all y'all. Ezekiel 12 and 21. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, because Israel is a people before it's a place. So this proverb is all throughout the Israelites. This is what they're saying. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? So you got niggers running around here saying, well, shit, y'all been talking about the end of the world ever since I can remember, especially an old head nigga. I remember when y'all said the world was going to come to an end back in 2000. Shit, it's 25. It's 2025. And I'm still alive. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. You have no idea what's coming to you. You have no idea. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb? What's this shit that these niggas is talking? That ye have in the land of Israel, saying that the days are prolonged. Because niggas just think this shit just gonna be as it is forever. A nigger can't get it out of his head that the white man is gonna lose his rulership. Saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth. Oh, y'all been talking about the end of the world for the longest. I remember back in the days, they've been talking about the end of the world. Right? Every vision faileth. That's how they think. That's how a fucking nigger think. 23rd verse says, Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease. Meaning you fucking niggas, you won't be talking shit pretty soon. So you got these niggas in D.C. running their asses around talking about, shit, why they doing it? Why they doing it? Fuck you, nigga. You ain't calling on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. You walk around with your fucking pants sagging, fucking somebody else's wife, taking pride in that, by the way. I was talking about that earlier today. And I praise Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah that he took me out of that. Because there was a time when I was stupid enough to, take pride in that shit. I thank the Lord, man. I'm a wicked nigga. I ain't shit. But damn. I thank the Lord that I don't do that wicked shit no more. And no, you can't keep all the laws perfectly. If we could, we wouldn't need Yahweh Shah. Truth be told, we cannot keep all the laws perfectly. But I ain't fucking nobody else's wife. I got my own goddamn woman. So these niggas, they think this shit just gonna continue on and continue on. They can't see the day that the white man is not ruling over them. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. Remember, Israel is a people before it's a place. So all these little nigglets, these little fucking niggas, they running around D.C. Oh, why did it happen to, why did it happen? Shit, why Trump sending the troops? Fuck you. Troops need to come in on your ass. Good. Who knows? Maybe some of these niggas will learn to turn their hearts to the Lord. Who knows? I'm just saying. I don't know. Right? It says, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. So all the shit that you've been talking, all the times that you said these prophecies would not come true. You're going to feel the effect of every vision that the brothers have been having, every warning that we've given to you. 24th verse, for there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So Trump just started with you DC niggas. All you little fucking pan-sagging, dreadhead ass little niggers. But this is going to spread all over the country. And mark my words, I'm telling you, he may not do it this year, but he's testing to see what he can do and what he can get away with within the law of the land. It could be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But I do believe, this is what I believe, before that man leave the White House, you will see martial law in the streets.